Protests have once again erupted in France. Unions across the country have called a nationwide strike. Teachers, students, and public sector workers are all on the streets. They are demanding more money for schools, hospitals, and pensions, and they want the government's planned budget cuts scrapped. It comes just 2 weeks after another protest gripped the country. This time, the anger is directed at the new Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu, whose government is set to present a budget for 2026 in the coming days. Here's our report with more.
When France is unhappy, it takes to the streets. On Thursday, those streets were packed once again. French unions called a nationwide strike. Teachers walked out, students blocked gates, turning classrooms into barricades. Public sector workers marched with flags and banners. Megaphones echoed through the crowds. And in bold letters, placards demanded, "Raise salaries and enough is enough." This is France's latest wave of strikes. It is not the first time in recent months. 2 weeks ago, the same anger filled the streets. It was against the government's austerity measures. More than 500,000 people marched, according to the government. Unions said the actual number was over 1 million. Pharmacies shut, metro lines stalled, and schools were blocked by teenagers carrying banners. Placards called on President Emmanuel Macron to resign. That was the opening round. Now, the protests have returned for round 2.
We must continue the fight, even if there are clearly not many of us. We must continue. It costs us a day each time. But hey, that's how democracy normally advances.
But what exactly are they fighting for? The fight is over France's debt. Last year, the deficit hit 5.8% of the GDP. That is almost double the European Union's 3% ceiling. Former Prime Minister François Bayrou tried to solve it. He proposed 44 billion euros, or about $51 billion in cuts. But his plan failed in the parliament. And he was ousted in a confidence vote. Now the task falls to Sébastien Lecornu. He is a close ally of President Macron, but new to the role. He is still putting together his cabinet. Yet he already faces his first trial. Within days, he must present the 2026 budget. A budget that cuts the deficit and convinces the public the pain will be shared fairly.
We are here today because we are demanding greater social justice, more financial resources, and simply taking the money from where it is. People are fed up, and that is why we are here. We hope that it will bear fruit.
Those words echo the wider demands of France's unions. They want higher taxes on the wealthy. They argue profitable companies should share more with workers. They are calling for greater funding for hospitals, schools, and pensions. And demanding that pension reforms be scrapped.
The government needs to take action against companies that make extraordinary profits, engage in tax optimization, do not pay dividends to their employees, do not invest in industrial tools, and so on. It needs to pass laws and force them to redistribute profits to their employees.
Authorities say Thursday's marches are smaller than those in September. They expect between 300,000 and 350,000 people nationwide. In Paris, turnout is estimated between 20,000 and 40,000. To maintain order, 76,000 police officers have been deployed across France. 5,000 are in the capital alone. The numbers may be lower than the previous protest. But the pressure remains. For Lecornu, the stakes could not be higher. His budget will decide more than spending. It will decide whether Parliament accepts his leadership. It will decide whether protests continue to build. And it may also decide the fate of his government.